All right, Ashley, so here we go. Mission space right here. It's about a 10-minute wait for the green one. So the, what is that, Earth mission, and then a 15-minute wait for the Mars mission. So we're gonna check this out. We're gonna let you guys know how it is, if there's anything different about it as well, and we'll take you guys along for as long as we can. But it looks like definitely less of a wait than normal. See, we never usually walk around here, but I feel like there's a lot of cool fun facts around on the walls. All right, Ashley, so we are inside. Not much of a wait here. As you can tell, social distance markers on the floor. And aside from that, we got some plexiglass barriers to our left. Same old kind of standby line that they have you walk through. It doesn't look like there's many people. All right, so as an update, they have little boxes. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So instead of these original numbers, we have box 1 right now, and they're spreading it out that way. Looks like there's some hand sanitizer. There is a 7, so actually I'm wrong. So we go up to 7 actually. They're just all scattered around here. And same old waiting room.
Welcome to the International Space Training Center. You're here today to train for the greatest adventure in the history of mankind. Space exploration. I know you're probably feeling a little nervous right now, but don't worry. Every astronaut has felt that way at one time or another. Even the heroes we went to the moon. But there is one thing they had that you don't have yet. Training. You're here today for flight training. The most thrilling experience that any astronaut candidate will ever have. Before you decide if it's right for you, let me introduce you to your spacecraft. The X-2 Space Shuttle. It's powered by solid hydrogen and can accelerate from 0 to 6,000 in 60 seconds. So when you hear the words "go for launch," you'll definitely want to hang on. Now you've already been organized into teams, and soon each of you will be assigned a position. Navigator, pilot, commander, or engineer.
I hope we have a pilot.
The success of your mission will depend on all of you working together as a team. I'll be your Capcom, and in a few minutes I'll give you your specific assignments. Rest of you, report for your pre-flight briefing. It's go time.
So once again, we were the only ones for our group. So hopefully we have a pilot at least.
Hopefully, who's going to be a pilot?
So we'll find out.
Astronaut candidates, you have selected Orange Team More Intense Training. If you are prone to motion sickness or made uncomfortable by enclosed dark spaces, simulators, or spinning, you may exit the flight training area now. Ask a uniformed crew member for directions to the Green Team Less Intense Training Area.
Well, too late.
Congratulations, team. You have been selected to train for a mission to Mars. Teams are awaiting your arrival at the landing site here at Valles Marineris. Your mission is to get to that landing site. Your flight path to Mars will take you around the moon for lunar gravity assist. But even with that slingshot, your trip will take 3 months. So we'll have to put you into hypersleep. Hypersleep activated. Don't worry, it'll only seem like a second or two to you. I'll give you a wake-up call when we get to Mars.
T-minus 3 minutes and counting.
Okay, now listen up. Here are your assignments. Navigator, you'll fire the thrusters for lunar orbit insertion.
All right, we get a navigator.
And for descent to the surface of Mars. Pilot,
Yes.
on my
We
signal,
have a pilot.
I'll need you to trigger the second stage rocket. You'll also deploy the shields. Commander, you will be responsible
have
for
a commander.
first stage separation and activating manual control for landing.
Can't activate.
Engineer, when it's bedtime, you will activate hypersleep.
Well, we're not going to
You'll
sleep.
also send the wings for landing. Don't worry. When it's time to push the buttons, they will light up. Then I'll give you the go. One last thing. In the event of an emergency landing, there are control sticks at every crew position. Okay, Lieutenant. Any final instructions for our new kids?
When the flight bay doors open, follow
Give us a go, rail, go for launch. Surgeon, network, go on, you are go for launch. We have main engine start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off.
confirmed. You're looking good, team. Pilot, engage second stage rocket. Now. Computer override engaged. Leaving Earth orbit. Velocity 15,000. 16,000. You should have visual of the space station now, and you are on course for your slingshot around the moon. Navigator, fire rocket for lunar orbit insertion. Now. Computer override. LOR confirmed. Beautiful sight, isn't it? Something to dream about on the way to Mars. Engineer, activate hypersleep. Now. Computer override activated. Hypersleep duration 3 months. Monitoring ready.
It's dark.
Rise and shine. Let's go, team. We've got a problem. Beginning evasive maneuvers. This meteor storm is directly over your Mars landing site. Proximity alert. Pilot, deploy the shield. Now. Computer override. Shield deployed.
We're ready for deorbit burn.
Navigator, fire rocket for descent. Now. Computer override. Rocket fired. 200 miles to planet surface. Engineer, extend wings for gliding. Now. Wings extended.
We've lost autopilot.
Commander, activate manual control. Now. All hands on the control stick. Pull back. Pull back. Left. Pull left. Watch the canyon wall. Now right. Ease it left.
They're coming in too hot.
Back to center. Just hold it steady. Runway ends in 1,000 feet. 200 Watch feet. The barrier. 15 feet. Pull back. Hang on. Down and clear. Alert. Location canyon edge. Don't move a muscle. Good work, team.
We
You
did
made
it.
to the landing site. Welcome to Mars.
Alright, so thanks so much for watching. As you can tell, we were in EPCOT when we shot this video. It was for mission space. So this is a really fun ride. You gotta
It
hit
was
it.
interesting.
You gotta hit it the right time because I feel like sometimes if you're too full,
You mean just getting on the ride?
It's really hard, the whole experience. So you gotta definitely give yourself some time to digest some food if you've just eaten, etc., etc. But aside from that, it was actually really fun because we had our own little group area, so the little waiting area.
We were the only people
all by
on our
ourselves.
ride.
Yeah, we were all by ourselves, and we were in our own little pod, which makes sense because of safety precautions. But other people could have been in the waiting area to watch the introductory video, but it wasn't very crowded when we went, luckily, so
No.
that did not happen. So I would say everything seems to be going well. As you can tell, they have all the markers. It seemed pretty streamlined. It wasn't much of a wait when we went on. Ours was
There
pretty much-
was no wait.
Yeah, ours was pretty
We
much a
walked
walk-on.
on.
Ours was pretty much a walk-on. It might differ depending on when you go, but ours was a walk-on. And aside from that, if you couldn't tell, it was really hard to videotape this as well because there's a
funny.
lot of stuff going on, especially being
At the very beginning, you struggled at the very beginning.
Yeah, it was tough. It's tough in the beginning to get everything kind of focused, especially when you're just feeling that. Because although you're not really in space, you do feel some of that
Force.
sensation. Yeah, you feel that. So, I mean, definitely a fun ride to be on. I just like the experience. I like being able to see everything, and I mean, it's the same thing every time.
It's fun.
It's never really a modification if you go on the same one. Because we went on, what was it, Orange?
It's always the same.
Yeah, it's always the same thing, but just as fun. It's fun to kind of throw in your trips.
We've never been on the green.
We've
only been on the orange.
I think I've been on the green once. Maybe not. So maybe we'll have to check out the green one time because I have no idea what it is about. But aside from that, I would say definitely Epcot. Wait times weren't too bad when we went. Depends on when you go. I mean, obviously, the results may vary depending on how many people are there that day. But we have a lot more videos, a lot more rides, a lot more everything going up. We'll be starting to do some more kind of food reviews, so we'll be starting to try to figure out some of that. So if you have any suggestions for that, leave it below. If you have any other kind of general Disney World / park
Things
suggestions
that you want to see,
leave them in the suggestions below. We have a lot more coming out, so stay tuned for that. And as always, I'm Alex.
I'm Ashley.
And this is Disney's Party of Two.